Hey, it's Mr. Chang here. It's Thursday, March 26th. This is COVID shutdown week 2, day 9. So I'm going to do a quick set of announcements. Going to shout out a few students, talk a little bit about IXL and grades, and then we're going to move on to new content and we're going to explore the idea of surface area. So you guys have seen a lot of these announcements. I'll go quickly. Today, Thursday, 11:30 to 1:30 at school. If you don't have a device to access your learning, spread the word. Go pick up a laptop today at school. There's a phone number for free Wi-Fi at the bottom. The school is also committed to providing wireless hotspots and internet access directly to any student or family that needs it. So those hotspots are going to take a few weeks to put into place. So in the meantime, please call that number, get the free Wi-Fi. And whether it's a computer, whether it's internet access, we're committed to making sure that you have everything you need to continue your learning, even though we cannot see each other physically at school. School is still going on. So you got to take ownership of your learning and find ways to access all the assignments that myself, Mr. Contreras, Ms. Rodriguez are putting out there for you. Always, every day, Monday through Friday, food on campus. Between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. Don't bother going to the store. Don't cook. Don't clean. Just go to campus, pick up the food. It's really convenient. I can't say it's super tasty, but it's food, and you don't have to do all the stuff that usually comes with food. I want to shout out a student in 7th grade. This person has a lot of talents. Among them, this person plays the guitar. Also, this person has incredible range and taste in music. Here's one song that this person likes that I also like, that is also on my playlist. It's Chemical Romance, Welcome to the Black Parade. Whoops. We'll listen to a little of it. This is my favorite part of the song, just this intro section where they come in with the piano before it gets, all guitar-y and stuff. But a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, your demons, and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made? Because one day I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the summer to join the Black Parade. Anyways, I just annotated this screen. You can see that this person has, when I say incredible range, this person goes from 80s rock, like Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, to late 90s hip hop, Hypnotized is Biggie. Then you've got Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit, which is early 90s grunge. We talked about My Chemical Romance, which is like early 2010s up till now. I mean, this person covers basically 3 decades of music in this person's favorite music list. This was, a question to this was her answer to our exit ticket from Tuesday. And again, you can see incredible range, very impressed. In today's exit ticket, for the Thursday exit ticket, you can go in and guess who you think this person is. But I'll be highlighting some other people's music what they like, what they listen to going forward as well. But for the first one, you're seeing an incredible range from this person who clearly they're one of their special talents among several, again, is music. This person knows, loves music in a very, very deep and cool way. Moving on, I want to send a shout out to Max, Nalissa, Sorelli, Vince, Harry, Ivan, Yanelli, Nathan, Catherine, Leslie, Jerwin, Alicia, Melissa A, Angel Sosa. You guys all completed your IXL tracker. You guys submitted it before noon yesterday. You guys got exclusive access to the COVID Man Challenge, to the exclusive content that I've been teasing. Hope you enjoyed it. Shout out to the other people who very soon after 12 o'clock yesterday started turning in their IXL trackers as well. They got access to the exclusive content. Everybody else, what are you waiting for? Submit your IXL tracker and the one for March 16th to 20. Get exclusive access to see this content and take the COVID Man Challenge. Okay, what are you waiting for? Don't forget, I'm going to be working on grades today, tomorrow. Your April 1st grades, that's next Wednesday, will be coming out. A large part of your grades will be based on your scores on these 6 skills in IXL. Each of these 6 skills, I think you guys have everything you need to be successful on them. I've also posted in YouTube some tutorial videos for many of these skills. Please send me questions via Google Classroom, via Remind, via email, so that you have direct help on getting a good grade. There's no reason why during this shutdown you're not taking advantage of kind of the direct access you have to myself to get your questions answered one-on-one. So don't forget, my email address is daniel.chang1. This is the number 1 at lausd.net. You can email me your questions. You can send me questions via Google Classroom. You can do it via Remind, but please get me your questions. I love creating videos and explaining. So looking forward to getting more questions from you guys. In the meantime, here's the videos page that I have set up in my in YouTube. There you go. So that's it for announcements. That took a little while. And let's move on to the new content we have around surface area. The next thing that we got to get into is the idea of surface area. So if you remember our Rubik's Cube, we calculated the volume of this, which is the measure of everything, all the space inside this 3-dimensional object. We also looked at the volume of my refrigerator and used my happy 1 square foot cube as an example of what volume means in real life. The next thing we're going to do is investigate the idea of surface area. So surface area is the sum of the 2-dimensional area of all the faces or all the flat surfaces of a 3-dimensional object. So if you look at this cube, this Rubik's Cube, there are 6 sides to the cube, and that means there's 6 faces of the cube. Each of these sides is a face. That's the top face, here's the side face, etc. And what surface area is when you take the area, the 2-dimensional flat area of each face and add all 6 of them together, you get the total surface area of the entire three-dimensional object. Use our Rubik's Cube, again, as an example. Here's our Rubik's Cube. And I've actually covered it with paper so that you can see the idea of a net in real life and actually visualize the idea of surface area. So if we actually take each face, each flat surface of the cube apart and sort of just peel it away from the actual body of the Rubik's Cube, there's the top, come on, there's the side, peeling it off, each face. There's the bottom, there's the other side. And take what's inside out, you can see that this three-dimensional cube can be unfolded, and each of the sides can be made into a flat two-dimensional shape. A bunch of squares in this case. So you can see that we've laid the flat surfaces or the faces of our Rubik's Cube down on a piece of paper. And I just wanted to show you that I actually measured each side of our Rubik's Cube, and you can see right here, this top part, we'll call this the width. Actually measures, there's 1 inch and there's half of an inch, 1.5 inches. Take my word for it, this is a square, so the length is also 1.5 inches. Let's see if I can get length. There you go. So 1.5 inches in width, and it's a perfect square, so all the sides are equal. 1.5 inches in length. So you're looking at the surface area of our Rubik's Cube. We've unfolded the paper and laid it flat so you can see the 6 faces or the different sides of the Rubik's Cube. And I'm going to go through and actually label each of these sides so you can see. So this is side 1, this will be side 2, this is side 3, side 4, side 5, and side 6. So a cube has 6 faces or 6 sides. You can see right now that we have all 6 faces of the cube laid out here flat on this piece of paper. And the other thing you should notice is the shape of each face is a square that is 1.5 inches across and 1.5 inches in length. So that's 1.5 inches in width and 1.5 inches in length. That is the measure of these two sides. And you know a square, the sides are all equal. So if we're just looking at this purple face, the purple face of the cube, face 1, it's a perfect square. And all of the other faces are the same. So the area of the purple face is 2.25 inches squared, right here. 2.25 inches squared. Another way of saying that is square. Let's go, pen. Square inches. My pen is not working well. There you go. And we got that because we know the area of a square is just the length times the width. It's multiplication, length times width. So 1.5 inches times 1.5 inches gets you 2.25 inches, 2 25 of an inch, 2 1/4 inches, many ways to say that. So right here, the space covered by the flat square of the purple face of the cube, all this area in here, that is exactly 2.25 inches squared. And if we know that face 1, the purple face of the cube, is 2.25 inches squared, then we know that side 2 is also 2.25, and we know that side 3 is also 2.25. Let's go pen. And we know the same for side 4 is 2.25. And we know side 5 is 2.25 inches. Let's change our color here. Let's get green. 2.25. So surface area is just the sum of all the areas of all the faces of your three-dimensional object. For our Rubik's Cube, we had 6 square faces, and they're all exactly the same. And we knew that each one is 2.25 inches squared, so that's the area. So we just add them all up. The area of face 1 plus the area of face 2 plus the area of face 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's just 2.25 plus 2.25 plus 2.25 plus 2.25 plus 2.25 plus 2.25. If you add those all together, your total surface area of your Rubik's Cube is 13.5 inches squared. So you added the areas of the 6 squares that made up the face of the Rubik's Cube, and you got 13.5 inches squared. Sum means addition. You did the addition, and there you have your answer, 13.5 inches squared. You could have made it a little simpler and punched into your calculator 2.25 times 6, because multiplication is just repeated addition, and you would get the same answer, 13.5. And all of this to just finally put a sort of summarize it all. You've taken a three-dimensional object, you've laid all the two-dimensional faces flat on a table here, and 13.5. Oops, let me get a different color. I want white. There we go. 13.5 inches squared is the shaded in area of each of these 6 squares that made up the faces of our Rubik's Cube. So 13.5 inches squared, that's all the shaded area, the flat shaded area of the 6 squares that made up the face of our Rubik's Cube. All of this is 13.5 inches squared. All right. That is my long video for the day. Thank you guys very much for paying attention and staying tuned.